Huh? Want to spar? Want to spar?
Ron May. A name that's both new and familiar.
Member 4, Poka Kakamon, had gotten rid of most of the society members. I didn't have a lot of hope for this. Oh, look who's here.
You're back!
Of course! This is a summit between 3 geniuses.
It's a special time. All departments are preparing to welcome distinguished guests from the Madame Ron May doesn't like fanfare and probably wouldn't appreciate a crowd to welcome her, so I asked the researchers to keep things
I took her to see the portraits of the society members.
So I asked the researchers to prepare some traditional desserts from the blue. All of special time. All departments are preparing to welcome distinguished guests from the
That's like asking, is Herda a great person? The answer is obvious.
Miss Ron May is the very image of a scholar. I heard she once took a little vacation on a desert planet. By the time she left, she'd miraculously created a boom in the local ecology. Prepare some traditional desserts from the blue.
She just wanted somewhere uninhabited to experiment with her life spiral system. Ron May is certainly very talented, but she hardly interacts with anyone. She lives like a hermit. Pity. Anyway, what more needs to be said for someone smart enough to become Herda's research partner, hmm? Hurry up and head out!
she'd miraculously created a boom in
I'm
local
not
ecology.
sure, but she doesn't seem to get around much. She spends most of her time between the master control zone and the railway platform. Maybe you can start your search there.
Certainly very talented, but she hardly interacts with anyone. She lives like a hermit. Pity. Anyway, what more needs to be said for someone smart enough to become Herda's research partner? Hurry up and head out!
She'd miraculously created a boom in
I'm
local
not
ecology.
sure, but she doesn't seem to get around much. She spends most of her time between the master control zone and the railway platform. Maybe you can start your search there.
Welcome to Her.
One next to the railway platform. And could she be... One next to the railway platform. And could she be...
I have a feeling we're on the right track.
Do you when I get back?
Could she be...
Hello. I hope I didn't startle. This is a work habit of mine. Using touch to open my senses and letting the details of your biological existence flood into my brain helps me understand. Such is the basis of deconstruction and reconstruction. Do not be concerned. You are very healthy. Biological existence flood into my brain helps me understand. Such is the I expect the views here had me lost in thought. I don't usually go in and out of the space station and only discovered today that it was blessed with such calm, open views. It is a wonderful fit for the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossoms, sticky rice, and frosting. Come here. Look. The blue planet is directly below us. It is so full of life. This dessert is very delicious. Here, take half. It is a wonderful fit for the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossoms. Delicious desserts remind people of how flowers look when they bloom. Ingest this dessert one bite at a time, and the sweetness will linger in your mouth. This dessert is very delicious. Here, take half. I hope you like it too. So, what do you think? I can certainly prepare more for you. It's become somewhat of a tradition to bring strawberry pastries when I visit Stephen Lloyd. His attendance seems quite... an outstanding dessert. 10 grams of cubed sugar, 1 dried and salt-preserved plum blossom. Baking and cooking are the same as nurturing a universe. The heat must be controlled, planning must be meticulous, and one must not... Unfortunately, there are still too many people in the space station. The clamor is not fitting for desserts. By the way, do you remember what my research is about? Plum blossom. Baking and cooking are the same as nurturing a universe. The heat must be
No.
controlled.
My research area is short stories about toilets.
Unfortunately, there are still too many people in the space station. The clamor is not fitting
What's
for
going
desserts.
on? What am I talking about?
I see. But remember, the next time something like this happens, it's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation. If not, you'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through.
My research area is short stories about toilets.
Let's try
What's
again.
going on?
Now.
What am I talking about?
I see. But remember, the next time something like this happens,
The dessert was
it's
tasty.
crucial
I
to
would
mask
like
your
more.
expression until you've ascertained the situation.
Why can't I say what I want to say?
You have quite the appetite. Come and have a walk with me. A stroll. As the masses depart, there's an enveloping calm here. Let's try again. Just like in the no man's land I've ventured to in the past. Can you imagine a completely lifeless world?
The dessert was
From
tasty.
there,
I would like
you can
more.
glimpse the stars that lie at the very edge of the horizon.
Why can't I say what I want to say?
Following its celestial trajectory, the Great Teal Star illuminates an endless sea of white across both the sky and land. There's an enveloping calm. My mother and I navigated calm glaciers, looking for signs of life on that world, and encountered many bizarre phenomena. It was like finding the single correct piece in a mountain of jigsaw pieces. The process was convoluted and unimaginably difficult, but it was touching and enthralling as well. My apologies. It appears my words have left you perplexed. Please, don't be on edge. I bear no ill will. I haven't interfered with your linguistic faculties. Such an act would be impolite. I merely made a minor adjustment. The process was convoluted and unimaginably difficult. A few days ago, I made my interest in you known to Herta. My intention is for you to serve as an assistant. Based on our interactions within the simulated universe, I firmly believe you fit the bill. I find extending trust beyond myself is challenging. A single error in detailed research can generate issues, and I despise matters that escape my control. Therefore, I added anti-truth serum to this dessert. It will not harm you. However, you will be unable to say what you treated as a layer of protection. This will shield my research and your personal safety. Once the problems have been dealt with, I'll give you the antidote. I can also reward you as compensation for being my assistant. I will fulfill your... I despise matters that escape my control. Therefore, I added anti-truth. Then I'll grant you even greater reward. Harm you. When I first arrived on the space station, I borrowed the phase flame from Herta. It's an invention of member number 29 Circle. I hope to be enlightened by other society members' results. A surge of creativity led me to explore the cultivation of life on the space station. In my imagination, these life forms would be a new variety that are born as geniuses. I plan to name them after Lambda, member number 8 of the Genius Society. I don't know where it went wrong. They possess their own sentience, but are nowhere near geniuses. Moreover, my free-range approach seems to have backfired. In a lab leak incident a few days ago, some of these little life forms ran away and scattered all over the space station. I do not wish for Herta or Asta to be involved in this. Therefore, I don't know where it went wrong. The researchers are still treating these entities as visitors. I want to steer clear of making my presence known, so I entrust this to you. Once the little life forms are collected, simply find a proper place for them. The researchers in the Department of Ecology should know about this and provide you with... I do not wish for Herta or Asta to be involved in this. Therefore, the researchers are still treating these entities as visitors. I want to steer clear of making my presence known, so I entrust this to you. Once the little life forms are collected, simply find a proper place for them. The researchers in the Department of Ecology should know about this and provide you with... I do not wish for Herta or Asta to be involved in this. Therefore,
Time to log off. Head back.
What? A place where the space station stores dangerous experimental results?
Time to log off.
Why would anyone want to know that?
Head back.
Wait, I'm not doing any private business on the space station. I have absolutely no knowledge of any special hiding places. And I certainly haven't sold any old space station stores. Dangerous experimental results? I'm not hiding anything at all. You're the sneaky one. What do you want? I won't talk to you. Oh, that. You've got pretty good contacts if you know that already. The space station is a mess. Everyone's already swamped as it is. And now, if you want to solve the problem, go check out the storage zone. What do you want? I won't talk to you. Station is a mess. Everyone's already swamped as it is. Now, if you want to solve the problem, go check out the storage zone.
There are so many people. This seems to be the place.
Hey, guess what I got my hands on? Word on the street is that this is the downgraded version of Ranmei's life cultivation formula. It says 10 carats of ingenuity, 1 ton of practice, 30 particles of starquake, and a few drops of poisonous liquor for Madame Yu Tintu. Rumor has it that it once created a talking chair. Not a particularly intelligent one, but boy, did it have a sharp tongue. They dismantled it and used it for firewood. Let's give it a shot, shall we? First things first, we need to pick out the ingredient.
This seems to be the place.
We need to add some other good stuff in. But don't. Word on the street is that this is the downgraded version of Ranmei's life cultivation formula. And now we mix them together. Wait! It says on the 30 particles of starquake and a few drops of poisonous liquor for Madame Yu Tintu. Rumor has it that it once created a talking Yikes. Take a look at what you just cultivated. They dismantled it and used it for firewood. Let's give it a shot, shall we? First things first, we need to pick out the ingredient. We need to add some other good stuff. And now we mix them together.
Molten cheese tart is the best. Its outlook. What's our slogan again?
Take a look at what you
1.
just cultivated.
Stop complaining. Change your attitude and use the delicious molten chi 2. Energize yourself. Increase your capacity for action and walk on the.
Our creed, molten cheese tart is the... Oh, praise be! You don't know? Molten cheese tart is Madame Ron May's top fan! This is how it preaches. Those who offer their love are expressing admiration and affection.
Molten cheese tart is.
Oh, let me tell you something. Mr. Screwthum's followers are all very logical. Since you're so interested, I'll tell you how to secure it. You need to plaster hearts wherever Madame Ron May has been. If you're sincere enough, the... Oh, praise be! You don't know? Molten cheese tart is Madame Ron May's top fan. This is how it preaches. Those who offer their love are expressing admiration and affection. Oh, let me tell you something. Mr. Screwthum's followers are all very logical. Since you're so interested, I'll tell you how to secure it. You need to plaster hearts wherever Madame Ron May has been. If you're sincere enough, the... Oh, praise be! Molten cheese tart is Madame Ron May's top fan. This is how it preaches. Those who offer their love are expressing admiration and affection. Oh, let me tell you something. Mr. Screw's followers are all very logical. Since you're so interested, I'll tell you how to secure it. You need to plaster hearts wherever Madame Ron May has been. If you're sincere enough,
I heard Madame Ronmay is very picky when it comes to snacks. Do you know what her favorites are?
I don't know about her, but I love fermented herring. So, I really can't say anything about her.
Did I ask about your favorites? Also, that's disgusting. What's wrong with you?
Ron May likes to listen to the space station radio during her research. Some of us younger researchers are her super fans. We're always scanning different frequencies to find out what her tastes are.
Snacks. Do you know what her favorites are?
I don't know. No idea. I just listen to comedy skits. So I really can't say anything.
As expected.
Did I ask about your
You look like you belong in a comedy skit yourself.
With you.
Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society, a resounding name in science and the veritable epitome of life form cultivation. Researchers here have heard so much, but once she arrived on the space station, she just took over everything. And what did Madame hurt to do? Absolutely nothing.
No idea. I just listen to comedy skits. So I really can't.
Yes, she's treating this place like her backyard. She's leaving her research notes. The end result? Everyone's obsessed with getting their hands on them. Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society, a resounding name in science and the veritable epitome of life form cultivation. Researchers here have heard so much, but once she arrived on the space station, she just took over everything. And what did Madame hurt to do? Absolutely nothing. Yes, she's treating this place like her backyard. She's leaving her research notes. The end result? Everyone's obsessed with getting their hands on them.
So this is the little life form Ronmei made?
I am humbled to meet the molten cheese tart. What are you frozen in place for? Oh, you don't understand the honorable tart. That's okay. No worries for situations like this. We've...
Wakaka! I'm a genius. A genius among geniuses! So this is the little life form Ronmei made? That was way too risky.
Oh, molten cheese tart says Madame Ronmei has... Molten cheese tart says, does Madame Ronmei recognize me as a... Molten cheese tart says, Madame Ronmei still has not recognized me as a life form that passes the requirements. I need to... There's a kind of attachment reserved for the creator. To the world, you are but one person. But to me... Hey, you! Yes, you! Don't you have anything you want to say to Molten Cheese Tart? Molten Cheese Tart says, Madame Ronmei... Good! You have great... Molten Cheese Tart... You see, the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart is... They both hope to receive Madame Ronmei's recognition. Molten Cheese Tart says, Madame Ronmei still has not recognized me as a life... Of course! It's not like we have any followers. All the ones who came into stir-up trouble have been converted by us. They went from... This is called... it's genuinely puzzling. Despite Molten Cheese Tart's love from the creator to her creation? Familiar love? Doesn't sound... I don't know. Expecting me to understand love is like asking me to map the farthest reaches of the universe. Remember, as long as love is your compass, you're on the right track. And in the wise words of the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart, love... That depends if the Oh? The Honorable... Love from the creator to her creation? Familiar love? Doesn't sound... I don't know. Expecting me to understand love is like asking me to map the farthest reaches of the universe. Remember, as long as love is your compass, you're on the right track. And in the wise words of the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart, love... That depends if the the Honorable...
Great!
You're here. Herta called Screwlum and I to the space station to discuss some important topics. She also sent an invite to Steven, but he didn't reply, and Herta didn't seem to want to wait any longer. And now, I wish for you to attend this meeting with me. I don't want Herta to worry herself over these frivolous matters, even though she... Just in case, I want someone who will be on my side. Help me. It'll be easy. Just remember, my secret stays with you, don't pry too much, and keep your expressions in check.
And now,
All right,
I wish for you to attend
let's
this
go.
meeting with me.
I don't want Herta to worry herself over these frivolous matters, even though she... Just in case, I want someone who will be on my side. Help me. It'll be
Hi,
easy.
Ron May. I've been waiting for you.
My secret
Oh,
stays
you're
with
here
you.
too?
Don't pry
Looks
too
like
much,
you two have
and
become
keep your
quite
expressions
friendly.
in check.
It's good to see you, sir.
All right.
Affirmation. This reunion has happened earlier than my calculations.
Though you weren't invited, I welcome you to remember this historical moment. How long has it been since three geniuses were in the same room together? And how long will we have to wait for it to happen?
Affirmative. Discounting our discussions on the simulated universe, our interactions are scarce. I look forward to the innovative ideas that may emerge from this juxtaposition of minds. This reunion has happened earlier than my calculations.
Though you weren't invited, I welcome you to remember this historical moment. How long has it been since three geniuses were in the same room together? Let me get straight to the point. I think it's time to find another partner for the simulated universe.
You wish to kick Steven out?
No, of course not. Steven doesn't want to get involved and voted to abstain. Oh, whatever. Look, I respect the way people want to live, but he doesn't have the chance to be involved in this decision-making anymore. Let me get straight.
Question. Are we introducing a fifth partner?
Yes, a fifth genius. The reason for our gathering is clear to everyone present. What else could prompt such a gathering of brilliant minds except for the... No one can refuse the secret of the eons. Not even Xandar. We'll definitely get a response.
What if the responder is Polka Kakamond?
That'd be great! Hey, Lord of Silence, are you listening? I'm member number 83, Herta, and I want to meet you. I believe you and I will have a lot to talk about. Could prompt such a gathering of brilliant minds except for the... No one can...
It's unlikely we'll hear from Polka Kakamond. She's been off the grid for quite some time. Probability, member number 64, Dr. Primitive.
That's a hard pass. Given Dr. Primitive's shady research practices and his tussle with the Galaxy Rangers, the IPC will surely turn this into a media circus. He can get lost. I'd prefer it if the simulated universe remained... What about you, Ching-Tu? Are you still in touch with her, Ron May? Is she still alive?
Can we ask him to leave if we are to discuss this topic? The process will be long and boring. There's...
Of course! You brought him in after all. It's up to you. Given Dr. Primitive's shady research
All right.
practices and his
Let me walk
tussle
you
with
out.
the Galaxy Rangers, the IPC will surely turn this into a media circus. And what the heck is this?
Seems like a programming error.
What about you, Ching-Tu? Are you still in touch this fragment of Ron May. Have you seen it in the simulated universe?
This topic? The process will be long.
The simulated universe is my home.
It's up to you.
I'm speaking nonsense again.
It's probably an isolated glitch.
Fine. I'm used to turning a blind eye to these things. It makes life easier.
I probably will. Records indicate he likes this occurrence.
All right, I agree. As long as it helps you with your research.
Come along. I'll see you out.
I'm speaking nonsense again.
It appears I was overthinking things. Impulsive behavior is pretty characteristic of her after all.
I'm used to turning a blind eye to these things. It makes life easier.
I probably will. Thankfully, it was just a minor scare. Still, meetings give me such a headache. I see that you've recovered the life form in the master control zone. Thank you. you misunderstand. While Herta is tied up in meetings, you might find it more convenient. There's some things that I must tell you now. If I wait for the meeting to finish, then it might be too... The retrieval of my life forms isn't complete yet. There's more than just one, and Herta uses that place to welcome visitors from across the stars, or to welcome members of the Genius Society. Thank you. However, and now my headache is stored there. No, you misunderstand. While Herta is tied up in meetings, she gave me permission and said no more. There's some things that I must tell you now. If I wait for the meeting to finish, then it might be too... The retrieval of my life... I'm giving you my access card. Give me your hand, and I'll input your fingerprint into it. Stay vigilant, Assistant. Should you come across a threat you can't handle, just alert me. Remember, there is a giant incubator in the middle of the zone. That's where... Once you're back, come find me on the railway platform. Then... She gave me permission and said no more. I'm giving you my access card. Give me your hand, and I'll input your fingerprint into it. Stay vigilant, Assistant. Should you come across a threat you can't handle, just alert me. Remember, there is a giant incubator in the middle of the zone. That's where... Once you're back, come find me on the railway platform. Then... She gave me permission. I'm giving you my access card. Give me your hand, and I'll input your fingerprint into it. Stay vigilant, Assistant. Should you come...
What would a sealed zone look like?
Buzz.
What's up with this unit? It looks...
Buzz. Madam Herta, open zone. Buzz. To welcome alien species, galactic high risk zone. Buzz. Service staff, inorganic life forms. Buzz. Permission status. Madam Ron May. Permissions granted. Madam Herta. Fine. As long as it keeps her happy. Buzz.
What's up with
Class
this unit?
1, clearance zone. Buzz, many esteemed guests. Buzz, may include dangerous persons. Buzz, storage for Madam Herta's dangerous curios. But Madam Ron May's cultivated life forms. Welcome, Buzz. Visitor. Permissions granted. Madam Herta, fine. As long as Basement 1. Transit hub. Basement 2. Shuttle. Incubator. Corridor. Danger. But welcome. Visitor. May include dangerous persons. Conclusion. You cannot enter. Probability 50%. Other paths are open. Assessment. Seeking direction. Suggestion. Proceed to basement. Locate records of Basement 1. Transit hub. Basement 2.
100% quick.
Welcome, visitor. Conclusion. You cannot probability 8%. Other paths are open. Assessment. Seeking direction suggestion. Proceed to basement. Located.
The kindling for the phase flame is fascinating. Unfortunately, before the research could be completed, it vanished. The growth status of the two samples this time is promising. I incorporated personal taste preferences into the concept. They simultaneously possess two sets of emotional traits. They are at once cute, weak, sentimental, and sensitive, yet are also fierce, instigating, demanding, and confident. It's fascinating. Unfortunately, before the research could be completed, it vanished. Interestingly, they also possess a kind of inclination, a yearning for their creator. It manifests as a natural, inherent emotion.
Huh? What's that sound out there?
Yet are also fierce, instigating, demanding, and confident. Fascinating. Unfortunately, before the research could be completed, it vanished. Interestingly, they also possess a kind of inclination.
This is the headache Kurangme mentioned?
Their creator.
It's just a different flavor.
The natural, inherent emotion.
Huh? What's that sound out there? I'm not one of Rame's recognized work. Too much negative energy. Why? Why? I'm not one of Rame's recognized work. Too much negative energy. What's that noise? I need to find a place for this little one. That sound seems to be from that locked room. Why? Why? What's that noise? I need to find a place for this little one. That sound seems to be from that locked room. I never imagined there'd be so many of them.
The final days that member number 23 Etcha spent in the mechanical city showed me that even the longest of lives, such as hers, I'm now certain that the outcome of this cultivation is life can exist in thousands of different forms, which means these life forms are very advanced in their own concepts and can even trigger chain reactions such as synesthesia. I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life, never had an answer. Showed me that even the longest of lives, such as hers, I'm now certain that the outcome of this cultivation is life can exist in thousands of different forms, which means these life forms are very advanced.
You are here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way path.
I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life, never had an answer.
Are you telling me to keep going? You are here too?
Life is countless and varied in form. I firmly believe in that. Its beauty is like a myriad of flowers. The patterns of all things always have complicated and enchanting exteriors, while their inner essences remain simple and plain. If we were to trace things back to their roots, just one equation would be enough to solve the... Ever since I was a child, I have always delighted in observing aspects of microscopic creatures, such as the speed with which slime molds devour objects. I wish to discover the true essence of life, something that all individuals possess unknowingly, whether it is the materialism of their existence or an unknown entity. To avoid blind faith in science, I cautiously raised a query. Would Ram May be able to peel away external influences? I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach. And that is... I wish to discover the true essence of life, something that all individuals possess unknowingly, whether it is the materialism of their existence. To avoid blind faith in science, I cautiously raised a query. I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach.
Sounds fitting. Stay here for a bit. Did something just open? Sounds fitting. Stay here for a bit.
Hidden room. Buzz. Only Madame Ron May has permissions. Please submit your... Permissions granted. Select from the below services. 1. Check historical
Is this?
I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach. And that is... an emanator. I cannot comprehend what an emanator... Scholars view them as the executors of the Eon's power. So, when did it begin? And at what point did they... At first, I tried to create a genius. I failed. that question has no solution yet, and however, erudition isn't the only path in the universe. If we set logic aside, would there be more primitive and pure? And of course there would be. Hazy Run. I was able to see the beginning and end of the swarm disaster through the simulated universe. Obtain data on the Imperator and Sectorum and their descendants. It is a logical decision. I will certainly succeed. The entity that I reconstruct will bloom into a life never before. Will Herta and Screwlum like this experiment? Most likely not. I must hurry my work, as well as find your. Of course, there would be.
Permission granted, but select from the below services. 1. Check visitor record. Permission granted. Buzz.
That sound's coming from above. There's someone in the distance. Who is that?
Here. A genius move. And how will you counter it? Only an idiot would ask such a question.
Who is that?
Just move this here. You look distressed. Something the matter? Counter it. Only an idiot would ask a question. If that's the case, you better get thinking. Are you waiting for a sign? Time is ticking. Have you considered whether the answer to your question will be, if a question is of no help, then don't ask it? Never mind. Allow me to clarify something. I know exactly who you are. And I'm aware you are in Ron May's employ. This was not my intended destination. I just happened to find my way here during my goals are roughly aligned with yours. Since you're here, I won't intercede. But should you fail, I will be full. Just 2 paragraphs. I know exactly who you are, and I'm aware you are in Ron May's employ. I can't stand discourtesy. Even when it comes from the real Ron May's creation is hidden in the giant incubator below. Go. Take the elevator and bear witness. Since you're here, I won't intercede. But should you fail, I will be full. Just 2 paragraphs. I can't stand this conversation. The real Ron May's creation is hidden in the giant incubator. Take the elevator and bear witness.
This is huge. The space station has an area this big? This is huge. The space station has an area this big? Huh? An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Only a scratch. Try that again.
Easy now.
Time for a buzz. My turn. With me out here, how could we lose? What a headache. You can't run! Try that again! Me out here, help. Time for a buzz. This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move! I'll free you from your chains! Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past! You have the worst luck running into me. I'm free from your chains. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Let the asset valuation begin.
Don't mess with me. Who's next? You can't run! Time for a buzz.
Easy, Numby. Easy. Mash them up, Numby.
Try that again!
Steady.
I told ya I could fight. With me out here, how can we lose? You can't run! More enemies. Time for a buzz. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move! My turn. Stay right there while I give you a present. Can you let me have some fun this time? Time for a buzz. Try that again. You can't run.
Still no repayment? What a headache.
Who's next?
Let me end your misery. Steady.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Let me end your misery. Let the asset valuation begin. Liquidation!
More enemies. for a buzz. You have the worst luck running into me. Stay right there while I give you a present. Don't mess with me. Try that again. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move. Time for a buzz. What a headache. Who's next? Watch this!
The market is unpredictable.
Ah, right! Investing in victory means playing a long game!
Time for a buzz.
Don't mess with me! Steady.
With me out here, how can we lose?
What a headache.
Time for a buzz. You can't run! I don't want to be alone.
Let the asset valuation begin. Still no repayment? Don't mess with me.
You'll destroy the space station.
Time for a buzz.
Who's next?
An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Let the asset value.
Time for a buzz. With me out here, how can we lose?
What a headache.
You can't run!
Easy, Numby. Easy. Shut up, Numby.
Time for a buzz. My turn. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Don't mess with me.
Who's next? Try that again. More enemies. Wait! You can't run! You have the worst luck running into me. With me out here, how can we lose? Try that again. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Still no repainting?
You can't run!
What a headache.
Can you let me have some fun? This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. sins of the past.
Stay right there while I give you a present. Who's next? Come up, Numby. Huh. More enemies. Try that again.
Let me end your misery.
Yes. Ah! You can't run. My turn. With me out here, how can we lose? Don't mess with me.
your misery.
Time for a buzz.
Still no repayment? What a headache.
This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow.
You'll destroy the space station.
You can't run! With me out here, how can we lose?
Come up, Numby!
Try that again!
Don't mess with me!
Who's next? Can you let me have some fun this time? Time for a buzz. You have the worst luck running into me.